on Divorce Court today. Can a big city comedian embrace his new life in the country? Terrell says no. His new wife, Trasha, convinced him to give up his player life for a family house in the burbs, which he claims is killing his career. Terrell Tate and Trasha McCoy have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toller to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mr. Tate, I understand your primary complaint is that once you became a family man, had a baby, moved out to the suburbs, it ruined your comedy career, or at least put a damper on it. Why don't you tell me how life in suburbia has ruined your entertainment career?
Well, first I want to start off by saying I actually TiVo your show every day.
Well, thank you, Mr. Tate.
I absolutely love it.
Won't get you anywhere with. Don't worry, honey. Don't worry at all.
I absolutely love it because it's like a piece of our relationship in each one that comes on there. So I like to, you know, pick
Apparently I haven't done you much good because you're here, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Mr. Tate, tell me what's up.
So basically, you know, I had this life beforehand, kind of, you know, when I kind of single, able to move on my own, work, do comedy, self-sufficient in my own life. I meet Miss McCoy here, we hit it off. Next thing you know, we have a baby, and now the shift comes to where I move further away from, you know, my comfort zone of where I was, out on the outskirts of town, 30 minutes away from everybody.
Let me ask you something. Did you want to make the move, or did you feel pressured into making the move?
I wanted to make the move for my family and for
because
us.
you have a little boy, a 17-month-old son. So you did it in part because it was best for him?
It was best for us. I think it was best for us. I just knew I was more of the maneuverable piece. It was easier for me to uproot my life because I didn't have anything.
I gotcha.
Except, you know, I'll take it over to her side.
Okay. So how does that affect your comedy? I mean, is it just not as funny in the suburbs?
Well, no, yeah. It's a lot more peaceful over there. Just in where I'm at in the St. Louis area, it's a lot smaller. So a 30-minute drive to a St. Louis is forever, and they not coming to visit you if you stay anywhere more than 15 to 20 minutes. So me moving over there, it kind of isolated me, which we're technically in Illinois, it's right across the bridge, but it's like 25 to 30 minutes away.
Couldn't you drive 30 minutes into St. Louis and do a show as opposed to wanting them to come out to the burbs?
But see, on top of that, I work 45 minutes away. So each day on my commute, I'm 45 minutes out, 45 minutes back, and sometimes I'm a little drained after work, and I'm a retail manager, so I'm on my feet all the time. You know, I'm moving around, you know, it's a lot of stuff happening.
Can I say this, Mr. Tate?
Yes, please.
You got a career going, you're trying to pursue being an entertainer. You set up a family, you have a son, and you did everything to make them okay.
Right.
You moved to the burbs, that was hard for you. You work in retail every day, and retail is tough. And I just want to say thank you. You know what I mean? Just I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Do you appreciate it?
Oh, every day. I appreciate it.
You appreciate it.
But don't let them fool you.
Okay. So what am I reading wrong?
I think it's more of he makes it seem like it's so much pressure on the drive and getting to a show and things. Again, yes, it is a little drive, but if it's something you want to do, you'll make time for it and do it. So with that being said, I feel like, you know, if it's a show, go for it. Go to your show, do what you need to do, come back home. We both knew that being in the area that we moved to was a better area for us completely. And so with him now saying, oh, it's so much pressure and so much to do this and so much to do that, and come home with the woe is me, I've been driving 45 minutes, and you know, but you come home to from 45 minutes to a home-cooked meal every day, to a house that's...
Mr. Tate, I will say this, if you really want something, a 45-minute drive, an hour drive isn't gonna stop you. Did you see what I'm saying? It's like, I know people who, you know, do gymnastics, they have to drive 2 hours to the gym, stay 4 hours, and drive 2 hours back. A lot of people do that.
A lot of people do, and I just had to get a new transmission because of it.
Because of
that constant drive every day.
So you don't really think that your move to the suburb has affected your career negatively,
Well, because
do you?
it kind of affects my mentality in a way because I'm a little more isolated. I'm kind of a people person. I like to be around my family, friends, people,
So
come
you got
over
more material in the
Yeah, I'm
city
in a
because you
funnier
can watch
environment.
people and see things.
And every time I'm home, it's not like she's feeding the laugh tube for me. It's not like she's just laughing it up.
Yeah.
It kind of makes it to where, I like for my family to come over and they really are apprehensive on making that drive. That's what puts the strain on me because I don't feel funny. And if I don't feel funny,
you can't be funny.
then I can't be
But
funny.
if you're funny, you're funny. It doesn't matter about a drive or not.
I'm funny, Your
We
Honor,
know.
but it's just, it's
Okay,
tough.
I think I understand that issue. Okay. You two have very different parenting styles. Why don't you tell me what's the issue with that?
I think more of when it comes to our son, he's 17 months, he has an issue of him still being breastfed. I'm big about he's healthy, he's a great kid, he's never been sick, and these are big things because of him being breastfed. His father, on the other hand, thinks that it's far too long for him to be still being breastfed, and so he'll make little jokes about the...
Well, there's something funny you can take to the
Oh,
club. Do you know I got a top this big hanging off my wife's boob every day?
No, but ask him...
And she won't stop.
Ask him what my name was when I was breastfeeding our son. He made a joke about it
What
all
was
the
your
time.
name when she was breastfeeding her son?
Just when she was born, because she was so open with it. It
It's
was like,
nothing wrong
it could be
with
a crowd
it.
of people and she would just, I just called her.
Just whip it out.
I just called her Mbutu. That's all.
Umbutu?
Yeah.
Because he said it's like if I'm in Africa.
Oh, I
and
see
they're
what you're
just
saying,
out
like
with
the
it
women
open.
openly
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, now, that's the new thing, though, Mr. Tate, that we are going back to the breastfeeding because we find that the colostrum that comes out first is very good for the baby and that it's a healthy thing, and we're trying to support that, and it's also cheaper than formula.
I understand that, but she's not telling you how much of a strain that is to breastfeed, because what happens because of that, my son needs to be with her, where she can't really leave overnight or we can't go to his grandparents' house and stay. That's what I would like a little bit more of, which is my parents being able to see him or stay the weekend with his grandparents. He should be able to do that.
Next, was Trasha's pregnancy really a trap to force Terrell into a committed relationship? Divorce isn't easy. If you need help with your breakup, call toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Divorce Court, real relationships, raw emotion. Testimony continues now.
Let me start with this. Your family from the beginning was concerned about Ms. McCoy because she has a history of trapping men. Why don't you tell me what they said to you and why?
I'm going to choose my words very, very carefully at this point because I wouldn't use that word, the T word.
Well, you wrote it down.
Absolutely. What happened is it came unexpected to me is all. And that just, I guess that started some of the beginning, I won't even say turmoil.
He can't even get there.
Right.
Ms. McCoy, why don't you tell
I'm
me
confused.
why are you aware that his family was telling him that he should be wary of you because you trap men? Were you aware of that?
No, never, because I don't feel like I trap anybody. I've always been independent.
Do you get along with his family?
Yes.
Oh, there's no problem.
I didn't know that it was. Now that you say
No,
that,
But you would like to know.
yeah, I would. That's something I need to inquire about.
Like when it was, I guess when we were, like after the baby was conceived and after the baby was born, My parents still, wanted to christen the baby, which still hasn't happened because my father is a reverend. And that started some of the beginning turmoil. But since, up to this point, the relationship is much better. Especially her relationship with my parents. It's
much, much better.
Oh, yeah, it's much better.
Mr. Tate, you say she has a domineering personality that has caused you some concern, and all the laughter in your household has stopped.
Well,
Tell me about her domineering personality.
It's sometimes, I wake up every day and I'm happy. I'm alive, I got a good job, I'm looking better every day. So generally, I'm just happy on it every day.
Right.
Every day I wake up, I'm generally happy. And sometimes her personality can come across a lot stronger if she's not happy. So let's say if she's in a bad mood, it drains me.
Well, what's she doing? Is she loud? Is she angry all the time? Is she walking around depressed? What is it?
Sometimes it can be a mix. We can be in a normal setting and everybody, we're laughing, having a good time, enjoying ourselves. She could be laughing and then all of a sudden, it just changes. And then now it's like, oh my goodness, what was the triggering event that set her off now? And I won't know.
I don't understand what he's talking about, so maybe you can help me. Are you moody?
Yeah. Because it doesn't have to be a certain thing that triggers me. It can be, I can just actually think about something that I have to do at home that hasn't been done, and it doesn't have anything to do with him per se, and
right.
It can change.
Just worried or concerned and all this kind of stuff.
Change.
Well, both of you have said things that indicate you have a very basic problem that a lot of married people have. You say that she won't let you lead and be the man of the house, and you say he wants a passive woman who does whatever he tells you to do. So I'm going to start with you. Give me an example of something he said or done that leads you to believe he wants you to be passive and not opinionated and let him just be in large and in charge.
Ooh, I don't think we have enough time in this day. But I guess some of the things that can be a topic that we're discussing, it doesn't have to be anything in particular, or if we're going to a store or something, and I might say because of something that let's say I kind of know and experienced it, he might turn around and say, well, no, that's not supposed to be like that. This is the way it's supposed to be. And it's kind of one of those roles of, okay, wait a minute. Well, I got an opinion. Let's both have something.
Hear it out.
Let's hear it out.
Nobody
my
backs
turn.
down, though.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'll let you talk.
When divorce court continues, is this couple so careful when they argue that nothing gets resolved and they just stay mad at each other?
Terrell is a comedian. Do you think Trasha was right to expect a life full of laughter with him? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
So you're saying basically he doesn't respect your opinion?
Yes. I can tell you a story that just recently happened. My birthday party, and we were coming home and riding back, and I was explaining to him about a particular person, a coworker, and how she got the job. And his bill was, because I was saying that it was more of a connection, not versus her skills. He's like, well, that's not right. You shouldn't say that, and you shouldn't do that. And it's like, okay.
Mr. Tate, why don't you tell me why you say she won't let you be the man in the relationship?
Here's the thing, she really don't trust me. That's the ultimate. That's how we started off. So it was like I was the single guy, we were dating, and I knew that, but I still had other things going on. And
while you were dating her, you still had other women that you were dealing with as well.
Yeah. So
were you truthful with her about it?
Not at that point, but we did have a coming to glory on that, and we talked about that. Yeah, we did, and that was a big blowout, and you know.
And you stopped.
And I absolutely 100%, that's not even the issue we bring up, infidelity. She just still has those trust issues. And as far as the story that she was telling, the word used was minority hire. And that's what I had a problem with, because being a manager of a very, very popular retail store, I had a customer tell me that one time, like, oh, you just a minority hire. So
it stung you.
Yeah, then that's like, no, I don't know. I don't think companies are just in the process of hiring people that's just unqualified and just put them in a management position. That's not happening, because I've been a manager, and I have to be overqualified.
Yeah, I tend to agree with him, but okay. Y'all don't seem mad.
'Cause I have to go home still, too. So I have to choose my words absolutely fine.
And I will agree, he has to. He does.
And I really we came on here to get some help, and I want to choose my words wisely, because I know this is going to have an effect.
I can't help you if I don't know what's wrong. So far, I don't hear he's domineering and wants you to be passive. I don't hear that she won't let you lead. I don't hear any of that.
I feel like I am a intern because I don't have a ring on my finger. I'm not married. So I cook, I clean, I do everything that a wife should do, but we haven't made that step. So that's where my issue comes in at, because I want to know.
So you here talking about, listen, I'm breaking camp if you don't pop out with that ring.
Somewhat, yes.
Judge Lynn Toller's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toller's ruling right now.
First of all, I have to say this. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I've been doing this show for a long time, and the longer I do it, the more people I find come in here, make up an argument about some money, but one could come in here and talk to me. And I get that. Y'all never wanted to break up. You don't want to leave. You just want me to get him to give you a ring.
Right.
Yeah.
He needs to value what he has.
He needs to value what he has. Now,
Again,
let me ask him a question, and then we'll get back to
Okay.
that. Now, let me ask him a question. Is there a reason that you've moved out to the suburbs, you've made all of these sacrifices, you've had a baby together, and you don't want to get married?
The attitude that's going to be my biggest stickler. I don't really gravitate towards attitude because I'm more of a lighthearted person.
I haven't heard attitude yet. Give me an example. I get people coming here talking about their wife jumped on the hood of the car. I've got people coming around and they slash the tires. They come all out the neck and all of that. I'm not getting any of that. Ms. McCoy, let me say something. People get married when they're ready, and not before. Your job is not to put yourself in a position where you need to beg somebody to marry you. Your power, in part, is in your independence. Your power, in part, is in the ability to say, you can't have, you can't touch, I most certainly won't procreate with you. So I would like you to exercise your power. Men like things they have to come and get. Now, I said that, and I'm going to say this to you. If you love her, if you want the family thing, don't just not get married because you don't have to. Decide what you want, and don't hold her up if you'll never want to get married. I think you're good people. I think you're nice people. You look good, so the baby's got to be gorgeous.
He's gorgeous.
Well, he takes after his dad.
And that's what he's...
I know where the big pretty comes from, so you can't just tell that lie, okay? You wanted $500 for something or other, but you really didn't want it. You just had a reason to be here. You're here. I said what I had to say, and now I'm going to go home. This matter is adjourned.
Terrell and Trasha agree with the judge's ruling and are working to honestly resolve their issues. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.